Anthropic is losing, and the way that I've been seeing them go about it makes me think that they're extremely desperate. And this is all because of the release of GPT 5.6. To get the idea, let's look at the artificial analysis intelligence, coding, and agentic indexes. So on this first graph, this is just the intelligence graph. Fable beats out every other model. Not really a huge surprise here, and you have GPT 5.6 Soul trailing right behind it. And on the coding index, we see GPT 5.6, both Soul and Terra are beating Fable, but again, all three of them are right up there. And on the agentic index, GPT 5.6 just barely edges out Fable, but it's still pretty close just like the others. Now, at first glance, you might think to yourself, Alex, what on earth are you thinking? Fable is on par or beating GPT 5.6. You are overreacting. But let me direct your attention to three things. The first is the cost. Fable is almost 3 times as expensive as GPT 5.6. That in and of itself is like fucking crazy. And that brings me to point number 2. Fable is leaving subscription soon. You won't even get to use the model next week. This leaves Anthropic with 2 main models. Opus 4.8, which is pretty dang good, but it's really expensive still. I mean, just look at the cost. And Sonnet 5, which is just like all around a terrible model and also really expensive. And both these models perform not only worse than GPT 5.6 Soul, which again is the big model, but also 5.6 Terra, the middle of the road model. So at this point, Anthropic's not competing for first, they're competing for third. And on top of that, GPT 5.6 Max, the most expensive version of GPT 5.6, is half the price of Opus 4.8. Anthropic is so beyond right now, and they know it. Oh, that's right. I said 3 points, didn't I? Just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, Anthropic's rate limits are incredibly constricting. First off, you can't even use 100% of your rate limits on Fable. You don't even get to pick the model that you use your rate limits with. Then, when you do get to use Fable, it's so ridiculously expensive that you only get a handful of prompts with it. Whereas using GPT 5.6, I used Soul High literally all night, and I barely scratched the surface of my usage limit. So not only does OpenAI have this ridiculously good on par with Fable model, but they can also serve that model at a very reasonable price point, and you get to actually use the model, and you get to keep using the model without having to worry about a rug pull. I don't know about you, but the choice is clear to me. Then this brings me to why I know Anthropic is panicking right now. This isn't just a theory. This isn't just speculation. I came with evidence. Because Anthropic is showing in real time that they do not have the chops to keep up with OpenAI. It all has to do with distribution. Anthropic announced in their Fable re-release post that Fable will be leaving subscriptions soon, which has already got some people scratching their heads. Why on earth would they put a model out that you're not even going to be able to use? But then they revealed why, and it's so much worse than I thought it would be. The leak from Anthropic revealed that the reason they can't keep Fable on subscriptions is due to capacity constraints. Anthropic, the trillion-dollar company, cannot afford to serve their model. That's fucking crazy. And to top it off, in a surprise twist from Anthropic, on the day Fable was supposed to leave subscriptions, they extended the access by 5 days. So if they could extend access by 5 days, why would they be telling us that they're going to take it down? Are they even going to take it down? Do they have to? I don't understand. Why would they say that they're capacity constrained when they can just keep running the model? That makes me think that they're losing money running the model and they're just trying to compete with OpenAI. But everybody had already used their Fable rate limits because Anthropic said, hey, Fable's going away. So everybody just used all of their limit up and nobody even got to use Fable again. So they extended the release, but they didn't reset the rate limits. Until July 9th, when GPT 5.6 was released, which in my opinion is just a super scummy move from Anthropic. Meanwhile, OpenAI reset usage limits not once, but twice with the release of GPT 5.6. They reset it when GPT 5.6 came out, and then they reset it the next day after everybody had already used all of their weekly usage with it. Pretty incredible stuff, Tebow. But honestly, I think OpenAI is just winning right now. Now, Fable comes with a plethora of other issues, which I talked about in this video right here. Go check it out.